Ladies and gentlemen, what is up, everybody? Nick Fiore, Fiorious Nation, right here on YouTube.com. It is April Fool's Day on April 1st of 2022. I do want to say something. I don't know how to tell it to you folks. I don't know. With the video, I may not have time. What? Oh, I may have some issues doing a long-ass video. I got a little appointment to run to a doctor's appointment. I wish I could do a long video for you guys, but I don't know how to tell it to you folks. I gotta rush up there and go somewhere. April Fools. But though Vince McMahon retired today from WWE. April Fools. Monday Night Raw, though, and that from Adam Carl from Twitter and the IWC Elite Twitter group chat. I know he's watching this. Hope he's watching this. He and I heard that Nick Khan Man. We heard that Nick Khan Man. We heard that he wasn't gonna yes Vince again today. April Fools. That's a joke though. April Fools. But anyways, I'm Nick Fiore, Fiorious Nation on YouTube.com. This is April 1st of 2022. How you guys doing today on April the 1st of 2022? And man, already into April, the year of 2022, man. First 3 months, man, gone by like fast. Can't believe we're already into April. Now, this obviously is the video for WrestleMania 38, Night 1 and Night 2 preview and predictions video. But before we get started, a couple things I want to tell you. As you can see, I'm not wearing my glasses. And the reason for that, this morning, when I got to Dallas for WrestleMania weekend, this occurred, and now I got to make an appointment to get new glasses when I get back from Dallas. Back from Dallas to New York, come this Monday / this Tuesday, and to get new glasses this Tuesday. So that's why you're seeing me with my no glasses at all right now. So that wanted to get out of the way. Number one. Number two, yes, I'm in Dallas, as you heard. That leads to the second thing I want to tell you. We are in Dallas. Where I'm at right now, I'm in Dallas for WrestleMania 38 weekend this weekend. As you can see, I'm in this nice hotel, the True by Hilton hotel here in Dallas. It's actually 10 minutes, not even, away from the AT&T Stadium. It's like a 5-10 minute walk from there. Really nice hotel. Checked in today. Pretty nice hotel, nice room and all. And just settled in like a couple hours ago. Wanted to settle in for a couple hours ago before I set up to do this video for you guys. So that. Also, the flight delayed a bunch of times last night to get to Dallas. Flew at 12 midnight last night. Finally got to Dallas at like 3 a.m. Stayed at the Hyatt Place Hotel, and a day to get to here to True by Hilton Hotel. But finally here in Dallas for WrestleMania weekend. So just to tell you guys on all of that. So with all that being said, before we start the video here, I have a guest with me, though it's not someone from a Twitter group chat or whatever, something like that. Not someone from Twitter or whatever. Not someone I follow on Twitter, but he's a good friend of mine. We've been friends since 2011, been friends for 11 years. He's a big wrestling fan, just like myself. He's a big wrestling fan and all. A good man of mine, good friend of mine. He is making his first appearance here on Fiorious Nation, and hopefully you guys can hear me with. I got the blue snowball microphone right here. Also, hopefully you guys can hear me. So without further ado, he's making his debut right here, his first ever appearance on Fiorious Nation on YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce to you to my good best friend. Hold on, sorry, camera here. My good best friend, Anthony Pagani.
Hey, what's up, y'all?
My good best friend, Anthony Pagani. We've been friends for 11 years. Our second WrestleMania as well. Our first WrestleMania 35, 3 years ago in MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, 3 years back.
It was the longest show ever, 7 hours.
7.5 hours, that was.
Yeah.
Including the 2-hour pre-show.
Yeah, I guys, y'all, I barely stay awake that entire time. I thought I was gonna pass out. When it just got later on in the show, I think around the second half of the show.
Which was why when we were there for that one night show 3 years ago for WrestleMania 35, we were making sure we drank a lot of these and some coffee earlier. So we'd make sure that so we wouldn't fall asleep.
I remember we went to a concession stand a bunch of times. We had to get snacks, whatnot.
Yeah, pretty much. But back 3 years ago was a one night show. This weekend, WrestleMania 38. I was gonna say Sunday, but WrestleMania is now a 2-night show since WrestleMania 36 around the start of the COVID-19 pandemic. WrestleMania 38 this weekend, 2-night event. Saturday night, tomorrow night, April 2nd, and then Sunday night 2, April 3rd. 2-night show for this weekend for WrestleMania 38, taking place live in Arlington, Texas, or / Dallas, Texas, taking place live at the AT&T Stadium, also streaming live on the WWE Network as well, on Peacock as well, folks. So honestly, we're actually gonna be going live. Yeah, well, I mean, hopefully it's a good show. I mean, we're both gonna attend. We're gonna attend both nights, but before we get started about the show, before we give our predictions on the matches for night 1 and night 2, I do want to give my thoughts first on the build. I can say about the build is not good. Build has not been good. It could be so much better. Build has been very poor. The shows that we've been given on Monday and Friday with Raw and SmackDown have been not good at all. SmackDown, the worst so far. And they've been worse since the draft last October. But SmackDown has been very bad lately, to the point where you could pretty much skip SmackDown currently. And they've been awful since the draft last year in October. They lost Jeff Hardy, they lost Cesaro, they lost Tony Storm, and now Jeff Hardy and Tony Storm are both right now in AEW. And SmackDown's roster is pretty weak right now, and I mean big time. And since October, SmackDown has pretty much been unwatchable since October's draft last year, and SmackDown's just been pretty much garbage lately. Yeah, Raw's been slightly better, but Raw is awful as well.
Yeah, honestly.
But Raw is god awful as well.
Yeah, like honestly, like if you lose valuable players like that, like it's like losing. It's like if you have a good football team and you lose your valuable players, and there's not much good players left. There's just the secondary. It's like who cares about them? Like it's like the local competitor. Like who cares about them?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, you look at SmackDown's roster; it's very weak right now, to the point where they need all the help they can get at this point with SmackDown's roster. That's how weak SmackDown's roster is right now, and that's how weak SmackDown has been for months as of late, and even recently, and even during this road to WrestleMania. I can honestly say there's only a few matches I genuinely care about for this weekend. That's Edge and AJ Styles, which is taking place on night 2. We'll give our predictions on that later on during this video. Same thing with Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar, which is going to main event night 2. Absolutely no questions asked. And that's the second match I care about for WrestleMania 38 weekend. Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar, title for title. The championship unification match, the winner-take-all match. Title for the WWE title and the Universal title between Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns. Those are only 2 matches I care about. And the third possibly taking place on night 1 tomorrow with Seth Rollins versus Cody Rhodes. That's if Cody Rhodes shows up tomorrow. Hopefully he does.
Yeah, I really think they would keep Cody Rhodes' gimmick from AEW.
Well, there were reports actually from Ringside News not too long ago saying that Cody Rhodes in WWE was pretty much going to be similar to what he was in AEW, pretty much. But I will say this: if Cody Rhodes is in WWE tomorrow at WrestleMania Night 1, you change nothing of him. You change absolutely nothing of him. There's absolutely nothing that needs to be changed of him. You let him be him, no doubt. You don't change his music. You don't change his look. You don't change his name. Nothing. You let Cody Rhodes be Cody Rhodes, and he can be a megastar for that company, for that WWE company. He could legit even be the face of the company, legitimately, if given the opportunity. Cody Rhodes he's one of the best in the business. Just the storytelling that he does, just like you just feel it when he's telling the story. That's just how good Cody Rhodes is. We've seen it in AEW. We've seen it in All Elite Wrestling. But hopefully we see Cody Rhodes tomorrow on night 1. But we're going to get started with the WrestleMania 38 night 1 and night 2 preview and predictions video right here on Fiorious Nation, right here on YouTube. Before we get started, I want you to hit the like button on this video right here. Would be greatly appreciated. I found out actually the few days ago after I did the NXT Stand and Deliver preview and predictions video with Cameron Johnson. Shout out to Cameron Johnson from the CNE podcast with Cameron Johnson and Escobar Morel. So shout out to those 2 guys. I did find out a couple days after the NXT Stand and Deliver preview and predictions video that I now currently, as far as subscribers is concerned, I currently right now have 67 subscribers. So yeah, at least 60. I would love to hit 70, 75, love to hit 80, at least 80, 85. I would love to hit I think 80 to 85. At least I'd love to hit by around the end of the year. If I can get more than that, that would be great. Or at least that number range. That would be great, I think, and it would be greatly appreciated of you guys. So make sure you hit the like. Make sure you hit the subscribe as well. Subscribe to Fiorious Nation as well. Would greatly appreciate that also. And turn on the bell for all notifications as well, so you get notified and all. So hit the notifications tab, hit the subscribe tab, and hit the like button as well. I would greatly appreciate it from all of you guys. Also, for social media stuff to follow me on Twitter at FioreNick. 579 over on Twitter. That is at Fiore Nick 579 on Twitter. Follow me on Facebook at Nicholas.Fiore 31 over on my Facebook page. Add me as a friend on Facebook if you like. And Instagram. Follow me on Instagram at Nicholas Fiore 2014. Also, again, Instagram, Nicholas Fiore 2014. Go ahead and follow me on Instagram at Nicholas Fiore 2014. Anthony, brother, where can we follow you on social media stuff?
You can follow me on Instagram. You can add me on Snapchat. I also have a TikTok.
Ooh, TikTok.
Yeah.
I don't have TikTok. I mean, some people like TikTok. Some people aren't into it. I'm not really into it, but
yeah,
that's some people have their different views on TikTok. I guess
my Instagram is called and Supernatural Fan. Which Supernatural is kind of like a show. It it's like it's really nothing. It's just a show that I really love. So my Instagram is Supernatural Fan. My Snapchat you can add me on. Is Anthony P 19976. And my TikTok is Anthony Pagani 0530.
Alrighty. So with that being said, we're gonna get started right here with the WrestleMania preview predictions video. Oh, just seeing something in Twitter.
Yeah, we're looking at time.
We're good. Well, we can go however long we can just talk some wrestling. We'll have fun here.
Yeah.
We'll have some fun here. All right. So we're gonna start with the matches we have 7 matches on night 1 and 7 matches on night 2 as well. So we might as well start talking about night 1 preview predictions with the first match out of the 7 on night 1. We'll also talk about the Kevin Owens show segment with night 1 as well. We'll give our thoughts on that. So first match on night 1 for WrestleMania 38. We got the Raw Women's Championship match between Becky Lynch and Bianca Belair. Now, this all started with SummerSlam last August in Las Vegas, where Bianca Belair was the SmackDown Women's Champion. She was supposed to fight Sasha Banks, but then it changed to Becky Lynch when she came back after giving birth to Rue, her baby daughter. Becky Lynch came back and she beat Bianca Belair for the SmackDown Women's title in 26 seconds, which I hated. I thought it did Bianca no favors whatsoever. It killed a lot of her momentum. It killed a lot of her buzz. And it kind of buried her, in my view. Some people may not think that, but I do. I mean, I somewhat do. And I feel like the 26-second match of Bianca, it was like she was squashed by Becky, and I just thought it was ridiculous. I mean, if it was 20 minutes, okay. But 26 seconds, that's like a burial. And it made Bianca look weak, which I hated. Which I absolutely hated. And Becky Lynch, now a heel, and been a heel since last summer, and Becky Lynch requested a heel turn. I will say this heel Becky Lynch is not working at all. This big-time heel Becky Lynch stuff is absolutely cringe. And I mean that wholeheartedly. It comes up forced. It's not genuine. It's not what Becky Lynch is. People don't like it. I'm one of them. And I even tried to give it a chance, and so did Adam Carl on Twitter. He even told me personally in Twitter DM and such that even a Google Duo video call, he told me personally that he honestly gave this heel Becky Lynch a shot, gave it a chance, but he just can't buy into it. And you know what? I absolutely agree with him. I can't. This heel Becky Lynch, I cannot buy into either. It's not Becky Lynch. I can't buy it. I can't. If I did, I would be dishonest with you guys. And And being dishonest with you, I can't be like that. This heel Becky Lynch is not working out. It's just not. I'm sorry, it's just not. The Raw Women's title match with Bianca and Becky, I wish I could care for this, but I can't. Hopefully it's not 26 seconds. I mean, both ladies can wrestle, no doubt. It's just that the care is just not there, and that's a problem. That's a big problem. With Becky Lynch in the wrong role, and ever since Becky came back and as a heel, Becky's not had one memorable thing. Becky has not had one memorable moment since she's come back last summer. I do honestly feel they botched Becky Lynch's return. She should have came back as a babyface, and Becky Lynch should be a babyface anyways. Becky Lynch just doesn't work as a heel. She works much better as a babyface than as a heel. There's just some people in the wrestling industry. Some work better as heels. Some work better as babyfaces. Some can do both heel and face, and even tweener in all three. Becky Lynch only works better as a babyface, in my opinion. Bianca Belair, even if she wins, I honestly don't think it's going to mean anything because, I mean, you pretty much ruined Bianca's momentum at SummerSlam last year, so a win over Becky probably won't mean anything. I mean, trying to get the win back from SummerSlam last year, okay, but will it mean anything if Bianca wins here? Probably not. Probably not. But I'm going to go with Bianca to beat Becky here. I'd be dead shocked if Becky retains tomorrow on night one. And I think I'm picking Bianca to win the championship from Becky, gets that win back from SummerSlam last year, which was atrocious. And then I think after that, hopefully we slowly start to see the return of the man babyface Becky Lynch version. So those are my thoughts on that match. Anthony, what are your predictions and thoughts on that?
I think it should go with Bianca Belair. I highly believe that. She's one who hooks into work day in, day out. She works very hard in the ring. She has full determination, full confidence, and she's ready to be the new Raw Women's Championship. Like, I would definitely put a belt on her because she's the one who digs deep and fights hard, and that's what makes her a true champion.
Well, I mean, she's good at what she does. Honestly, she's good at what she does. It's just, I just wish I could care more for her.
Yeah, it says that
honestly, you can really say like she does deserve better. Bianca Belair does deserve better.
Yeah,
than what she's given right now.
She's a very strong superstar. She really is. She puts strength. She has valuable to being a WWE superstar, a WWE Women's Champion.
Yeah, they took the SmackDown Women's title off Bianca Belair way too early last year. Way too early. So I think we both got Bianca Belair on the board.
Yes.
Here. And I just spoke moments ago. Bianca Belair lost the SmackDown Women's Championship way too early a year ago, which is a fact. And speaking of the SmackDown Women's title, this leads to the next match we're going to talk about on night one. SmackDown Women's Championship match. Charlotte Flair, the Android Queen, defending the SmackDown Women's title against Ronda Rousey, who I feel like is just going through the motions on SmackDown lately, honestly. And Charlotte's going to defend the SmackDown Women's title against Ronda on night one tomorrow, which I honestly thought was going to main event because Ronda won the Royal Rumble this past January for the women. But I'm hearing reports, and it looks like it's confirmed that Stone Cold Steve Austin and Kevin Owens with the Kevin Owens show is going to main event night one tomorrow night over Charlotte Flair and Ronda Rousey for the SmackDown Women's title. And honest to God, I can honestly say from me to you guys, I think that's the right move. I think it's the right move with Austin and Owens. I mean, Austin and Owens main eventing night one over Charlotte and Ronda. Honestly, for me to you, I can say that's the right move because, like, Charlotte and Ronda main eventing, like, you do realize that Dallas crowd would have ate them alive. That Dallas crowd would have ate Ronda and Charlotte alive if Charlotte and Ronda main evented night 1 tomorrow. The build has not been good. The build has been shit. The build has been, it's like, what you can do submission, I can do better. Oh, I have a submission. Oh, I have a better submission. Like, that's the best you got for your SmackDown Women's Championship going into WrestleMania tomorrow. Like, come on. I could book a better I could book a better SmackDown Women's title program for WrestleMania in my own fucking sleep. Legitimately. The build for this match has been piss poor. Charlotte Flair is just cancerous. And as DJ Storms would say, and shout out to DJ Storms with his YouTube channel in the Lightning Flash Update, as DJ Storms would say, FCF, fuck Charlotte Flair and all of her supporters. Charlotte Flair, just cancerous. She's not must-see. She, you know how I feel about Charlotte Flair. I can't stand her. Just selfish and just only puts herself over. In this Ronda's program with going into Mania Night 1 tomorrow, this was all Charlotte Flair idea too. She wanted this match, so, which makes this even worse. That doesn't show you that Charlotte's selfish and only in it for herself and just plays politics. If that doesn't tell you that about Charlotte, I don't know what does, where they're playing politics and shit. That doesn't tell you how selfish Charlotte is. I don't know what does. This Charlotte and Ronda stuff, just like Becky Bianca, a bore. I don't care. I don't care. Charlotte just is only in it for herself. Charlotte puts no one over but herself, unless it's her BFF Becky Lynch. Ronda Rousey has just been a bore since she's come back. Look at the Ronda Rousey from 8 years ago. Not 8 years ago, sorry. Look at the Ronda Rousey from 2018, 4 years ago, and look at the Ronda Rousey now. It's not the same woman. The Ronda Rousey from 2018, it's legit. It's like night and day. Literally, like with 2018, like she wanted to be there. Now with Ronda, it feels like she's just only there to collect a paycheck. If I'm being brutally honest, I don't know how you guys feel. I don't know how you guys feel. I'm not the only one who feels that way, but that's just how I feel. Ronda Rousey, Charlotte Flair, SmackDown Women's title, night 1, not main eventing. Austin and Stone Cold and Kevin Owens show main eventing night 1 over Charlotte Flair, Ronda Rousey. I think that's the right move because Charlotte and Ronda main eventing night 1, who wants to see that? I'll tell you, nobody. Who wins here with Charlotte and Ronda? I don't even care. I don't care. I honestly want the title off Charlotte. I can't stand Charlotte as SmackDown Women's Champion. Charlotte has not made that SmackDown Women's division better with Charlotte as the SmackDown Women's Champion. In fact, she's just made it worse. And SmackDown, and Charlotte was drafted to SmackDown last October with the draft, and SmackDown didn't even want Charlotte. Fox wanted Charlotte. Charlotte to SmackDown was a Fox move. Fox wanted Charlotte on SmackDown. SmackDown didn't want Charlotte. SmackDown didn't even want Charlotte there. Fox wanted Charlotte on SmackDown. That was all a Fox move last October with the draft. So it's like, again, catering to USA Network, catering to Fox. Why do we got to listen to the networks? What about us? Why are you not listening to us? And you're listening to the networks and what they want instead of what we want. Why? Why? I ask you why. But Ronda and Charlotte, I'm going to go with Ronda Rousey here. If Ronda wins, will it make things better? Probably not. Just like with the Bianca and Becky situation, Ronda winning here, will it make it better? Probably not. I doubt it. Very much so. But I got Ronda going over here to win the SmackDown Women's title. If Charlotte wins, I'll be really pissed. I doubt Charlotte will put Ronda over. Knowing how, with Charlotte Flair being selfish and only putting herself over, I wouldn't be surprised if Charlotte beats Ronda and Charlotte I wouldn't be surprised if Charlotte buries Ronda, and with Charlotte only putting herself over. But I'm going Ronda to win the SmackDown Women's title here tomorrow night on night 1 for WrestleMania. Anthony, your thoughts?
Honestly, say I really am not like pumped for Charlotte and Ronda. I give Ronda best luck to beat Charlotte, even though she's obviously gonna win, like hands down. You know, like and I just say, like Ronda, she's not the same Ronda we knew years ago. Years ago she was like straight fire, which is what people love to see. They want that fire, that fire that brings strength, that brings strength and confidence. And I don't think Ronda has that now. I think she's just there for the money.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you look at Ronda from 4 years ago and look at Ronda now, it's not the same one. You can tell it's not the same one. I mean, just look at the promo that Ronda cut on SmackDown about a week ago, which she said, Women's SmackDown Champion. She said SmackDown Women's Champion in a botched promo. Then she's like, why do we even say women with wrestlers anyways? Like, I watched that promo with that Ronda SmackDown promo from SmackDown last week, and I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, and this is your SmackDown Women's title program for WrestleMania. Pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. I don't even, like I said, I don't even care for this match. I really don't. Who goes over, I could really care less, but I'm going Ronda here. If Charlotte wins, I'll be extremely pissed. Because you guys know how I feel about Charlotte. I can't stand Charlotte. Charlotte's just selfish, buries talent. I don't even care for the match, but I'm going Ronda. I think you're going Ronda too, right? Yeah.
Absolutely, because the belt reason to go Charlotte. She's really devaluing the belt. She does not have any meaning on it whatsoever.
Nope. And you do know they're trying to, and they want Charlotte to break her father's record. You know WWE wants Charlotte to break her own father, Ric Flair's record. You just know it. I think she's at, what is she at, 13 right now? Got to be 13.
Like, honestly, way too long. Like, definitely time to put the belt off of her.
I know there's no one in the chat so far. I Twitter DM'd individually with Adam Carl with the being in the chat here. If he can help, that would be great. Trying to figure out what I'm about to ask him actually. With the Charlotte, how many title reigns she has right now, not including the women's second titles because they're a worthless piece of shit. They don't even count Charlotte's reigns as NXT Women's Champion, which I think is just ridiculous. Which I hate. They don't even count. They're not even counting Charlotte's reigns as NXT Women's Champion. What does that tell you? What does that tell you? That they hate NXT. But I heard Shawn Michaels was in charge, right? Sure he is. They don't even count Charlotte's reigns as NXT Women's Champion, which I think is I think they don't even count Charlotte's reigns as NXT Women's Champion, which I think is fucking stupid. Speaking of Adam Carl, he's in the chat. He says, "Hello, what's up, Adam?" They also says, "How does it feel to hear that your favorite wrestler of all time wrestled, but you will wait until Monday to see it?" Yes. Yeah. For those of you who don't watch AEW Dark Elevation, Big Show's obviously now in AEW. Hey, what you doing? Camera. They want to see your good face here on the camera.
I know you're like blocking me.
What's this guy doing?
I know you're like blocking me. I'm like trying to like be like over here.
Get this guy out of here. Get this guy out of here.
Come on, you have to really do me like that. Here, I'll do this.
You're good. You're good, bro. You're good. Anyway, so yeah, for those of you who don't watch AEW Dark Elevation, and Big Show's now in AEW, pre-recorded AEW Dark Elevation taking place for this Monday on YouTube. The Big Show, 50 years old, wrestled a match, yes, on Dark Elevation this Monday. Yes, I kid you not. A 50-year-old Big Show wrestling on AEW Dark Elevation, which is going to take place, aired this Monday on YouTube with Dark Elevation. The Big Show, 50 years old. Wrestle on AEW Dark
Oh, there it is. You covered me again.
Elevation.
You covered me again.
Yeah. Big Show wrestling on AEW. Who the hell asked for this? Is Adam and I would say, who asked for this? Who asked for that? But that's a conversation for another time. Speaking of Adam, Carl, and I know he sent that me in Twitter, the group chat earlier today. We both LOL. So speaking of Adam, Carl, he also says Charlotte Flair is a 13-time women's champion. Thank you, Adam. 15 if you count the NXT Women's title reigns, but they don't. The WWE won't count. Doesn't count that. So now Charlotte's at 13. You know she's only 4 away from breaking her own father's record, and you know they want Charlotte to break her own father's record.
I gotta say, someone stop her. Because it's really big insult to a legend. You devalue a Hall of Famer, a guy who put in work years ago and made a legacy for himself, and now you're trying to have his daughter break whatever he worked so hard on.
I mean, truth be told, Rick is good. Charlotte is not. Charlotte is a good athlete, but she's very overrated. Very, very overrated. And there's another fact, and you do realize Ric Flair's 16 world championship record with Ric Flair, you do realize that's fake. That's not real. And another truth, with the championship, it's not how many times you win the title, it's what you do within that title reign that makes that said title reign count. You could lose a championship 10 times. How many of those reigns, which one of those reigns is going to be memorable? More likely than not, none of those reigns will be memorable. Charlotte's a 13-time champion. Okay, so that tells me that Charlotte is a 13-time loser. She lost a title 13 times. So that means that tells me that Charlotte Flair's a 13-time loser, and that since she's a 13-time women's champion now is Charlotte Flair. And just because you have the most title reigns doesn't mean you're the best. Doesn't make you better. And even if Charlotte beats Rick's record, which she will, it doesn't make her better than her father at all. At all. Ric Flair was, and will always be better than his daughter, Charlotte Flair, and that is a fact. That is an absolute well-known fact. And if you don't agree with that, then you're an absolute idiot. So that's our little rant on Charlotte Flair on that. We're going to move on to the next match on night one. Also, before we do that, Adam Carl in the chat, is that your friend? Anyways, hope he's having a good day. He's having a good day so far, and so am I. So thank you for asking.
First time in Texas, it's really amazing. I love the weather here.
Yeah, 75 degrees here in Texas, in Dallas right now, by the way. But anyways, we're gonna move on.
83 Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're gonna move on to the rest of the matches for night one before we move on to night two. Drew McIntyre versus Happy Corbin with Madcap Moss singles match. I don't want to waste a whole lot of time at all on this. This match is pointless on the card. This is nothing but filler. Almost likely be in the restroom taking a piss break or in the concession stand during this match. I fuck this match. And it hates me to say that because of Drew McIntyre, because I love Drew McIntyre. The guy is awesome. This guy main evented WrestleMania 36 and won the WWE Championship, beat Brock Lesnar. And then he fought Bobby Lashley over the WWE Championship at WrestleMania 37 last year. And now you get to WrestleMania 38, and he's wrestling fucking Baron Corbin, who's now Happy Corbin. Happy Corbin. This is the best you have for Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania. Are you fucking kidding me? This Happy Corbin character is awful. I gave it a chance, and I'm sorry. I hate it. It sucks. It fucking sucks. And Happy Corbin with Madcap Moss doesn't make it any better. It's probably one of the worst things on SmackDown right now. It's that bad. It's not funny. This Corbin and McIntyre shit is dragged out for far too long. They've been feuding since, I think, around November of last year. They've been feuding for 4 or 5 months now. And the feud is still continuing. And they're saying it's going to culminate WrestleMania. I fucking hope so. Have McIntyre beat Corbin and move McIntyre on to somebody else after Mania. What they do with Corbin and Moss afterwards, I could care less. Anthony, your thoughts on that?
Honestly, thought it's a really no brainer for us. Obviously, they're gonna have Drew McIntyre go over. It's obviously booking by the creative team as usual.
Shit booking.
And
shit booking.
And honestly,
Drew going over is the right move, and he should go over.
And Baron Corbin, I miss him when he used to be NXT. With the Lone Wolf, I miss those days.
Even on SmackDown Live in late 2016, when he was Baron Corbin as a Lone Wolf, even that was a good Baron Corbin. Ever since he lost this failed cash in to Jinder Mahal on the SmackDown Live before SummerSlam 2017, when he failed the Money in the Bank cash in and lost to Jinder, rolled up by Jinder Mahal. Ever since that, Corbin has not recovered from that. And then he shaved his head, went by Constable Corbin on Raw in late 2018, which was god-awful. God-fucking-awful. Then the King gimmick was shit. Bro Corbin was okay. Happy Corbin. I gave it a shot. It was fine at first, and then it got worse when they paired him with Madcap Moss. And now it's I hate it. I hate it. One of the worst things on SmackDown right now. Just get it off. Just have McIntyre beat Corbin and get Corbin and Happy Corbin and Madcap Moss. Just get them off television. Get them off SmackDown and get them off SmackDown television. That Happy Corbin act has overstayed its welcome. It has. Also, Adam Carl in the chat. WWE Logic. Not a good one at that. Baron Corbin, Ridge Holland, Johnny Knoxville, Tennessee, or he calls him Johnny Knoxville, Tennessee, because Knoxville, Tennessee. Johnny Knoxville, no disrespect to him at all. Pat McAfee, Logan Paul, also no disrespect to them at all. And The Miz have a WrestleMania match, but Finn Balor and Ricochet, who are the U.S. and IC champions, respectfully, don't have a match at all on the card. How sad is that?
I honestly how fucking hate sad Logan Paul. I can't stand him and his brother Jake Paul on Instagram being so annoying.
Yeah.
And you got Jake Paul trying to tell you in boxing. Yeah, well, a real boxer will obviously knock him out to his death or something.
Knock him out cold.
Yeah.
But Ricochet and Finn Balor, your Intercontinental Champion, and you're not in your United States Champion, not even on the WrestleMania card. That's fucking pathetic. How fucking sad is that? Oh, but Logan Paul, what if he wants to try and be a wrestler, man? Don't steal a fucking WrestleMania spotlight then. Don't have him steal a WrestleMania spotlight then, who's more deserving of that. It's unbelievable to me. These fucking people. But it's Bruce Pritchard. It's Vince McMahon. It's typical WWE.
It's Kevin Dunn.
Yep. John Laurinaitis. People power.
And the anonymous GM.
Well, yeah. But anyways, we're enough wasted time on McIntyre and Corbin. We both got McIntyre winning. Who cares match? It's like a nobody cares match. McIntyre and Corbin. I'll be taking my piss break or I'll be in the concession stand during McIntyre versus Corbin. We both got McIntyre on the board. We're gonna move on. We got the tag team match. Logan Paul and The Miz versus the Mysterios of Rey Mysterio and his son Dominic Mysterio. Logan Paul's in-ring debut.
Mysterio's all the way. Mysterio's all the way.
Yeah. So, Anthony's got the Mysterios going over. I've got the Mysterios going over too. Logan Paul should not pin one of the Mysterios. Logan Paul and The Miz should not win this match. This Logan Paul shit needs to be a one-off. I mean, if Logan Paul surprises me in that ring, okay, but I have my doubts. Very, very much on this match. And it's kind of shitty, too, because they foolishly released John Morrison last November when they should not have cut him. And imagine if they didn't cut him. Imagine if they didn't cut him. We probably would have got Miz and Morrison or some shit versus Mysterios, though at WrestleMania. But Miz and Morrison versus Mysterios, WrestleMania 38 Night 1, that's no better. But hell, I'd much rather take that over Logan fucking Paul. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that much. Oh, Anthony's laying down. What's this guy doing?
Well, no, I was
supposed to be a right-hand man here.
I was texting my mom. She wanted to know how everything was doing.
Anyways, but Yeah. Another match we don't want to waste too much time on. Mysterio's Logan Paul, Miz.
Oh, I think he said something about Omos has WrestleMania and
Oh,
not
yeah.
Finn Balor Ricochet.
Oh, yeah, yep, I see the chat. Adam Carr also in the chat. Also, how sad is it as well that also Omas has a WrestleMania match and not Finn Balor and Ricochet? Yeah, we're going to talk about Omas, trust me. We're going to talk about Omas, trust me, folks.
The guy has no charisma.
He has no ceiling. He's a one-trick pony. There's absolutely no ceiling. Oh, but Omas has potential, man. What potential? What fucking potential? Yeah, potential, right? So much so that Omas has little to no ceiling to break right through. He has no ceiling whatsoever. None. Absolutely none. A dime a dozen is what Omas is. A dime a fucking dozen. But Mysterios and Miz and Logan Paul, I think we both got the Mysterios to go over here. No reason for them to lose. I'm going Mysterios to beat the Miz and Logan Paul. Moving on, the next match on night number 1, we got the Usos versus Shinsuke Nakamura and Rick Boogs for the SmackDown Tag Team titles. They announced this match about a few weeks ago on SmackDown. The Usos had a good SmackDown Tag Team title match with the Viking Raiders a few weeks ago on SmackDown, which I thought was a good match. They announced Usos versus Nakamura and Boogs a few weeks ago on SmackDown, and now we're getting the SmackDown Tag Team title match on night 1 WrestleMania. The SmackDown Tag Team titles on the line with the Usos defending against Boogs and Nakamura. Now, with this match, I like Rick Boogs. I think he's very charismatic. I like the guitar shtick he's got. I like Shinsuke Nakamura, what he brings to the table. I think he's a very good professional wrestler. I think he's got charisma as well. Do I think he deserves better? Yes. Do I think he should get that Universal title match with Roman Reigns eventually? Absolutely. Absolutely. If you remember that gauntlet, match Shinsuke went through on a SmackDown episode around mid-January of last year, it was a few weeks before the 2021 Royal Rumble, where Shinsuke around that time turned babyface again, when he beat Daniel Bryan, Baron Corbin, and Rey Mysterio in that gauntlet that Shinsuke ran through at the time, right before the 2021 Royal Rumble event. But Boogs I like, Nakamura I like, Usos, one of the best tag teams. Like, you talk about top 3 best tag teams today, I'm going FDR, or the Revival. We're now FDR and AEW, the Young Bucks, and then the Usos. The Usos I really like. They're in the top 3 best tag teams in wrestling today. They're that good. They're that good, and they're now the longest reigning SmackDown Tag Team Champions right now in history, and in the history of those SmackDown Tag Team titles. They've won them at Money. They've held them since Money in the Bank last July when they beat the Mysterios for them. Now, what do you think, Anthony? Do you think the Usos should lose the titles here, or do you think they should go over? Because I honestly feel like the Usos should really retain here.
Yeah.
I mean, as much as I like Boogs and Nakamura, they're really a makeshift team, and I love Rick Boogs and Shinsuke Nakamura. I think they're great. But do I think they're the guys to beat the Usos for the SmackDown Tag Team titles? No.
No, I think definitely Usos will they retain. I say like maybe later on, maybe like the next tag team will have tremendous style and all the perfect qualities. Then that's why we'll lose the tag team belts too.
Yeah, I mean, when there's someone along the way on the Usos level, then that's when you can take the titles off them. But look at SmackDown's tag team division. There's not much tag teams. They have the War Raiders, or the Viking Raiders. They got Los Matharios of like Angel Garza and Humberto Carrillo. They got them. There's not really that much tag teams on SmackDown. Their SmackDown tag division is pretty weak right now. Unless they merge the divisions, in my opinion. How about give me RK Bro and the Usos after Mania? I'd love that, in my opinion. But Usos and Boogs and Nakamura, I'm picking Usos to win. I think it's the right move to have Usos retain. As much as I like Boogs and Nakamura, my friend Anthony will be right back. He's
trying to find out how to recycle these things.
he's just he's doing some good recycling there. But anyways,
I'll see if I don't know.
anyhows, so yeah, Usos, Boogs and Nakamura. As much as I like Boogs and Nakamura, I think if the Usos retain here, I would say that is the right move to make. Usos, I don't think they should really lose the titles here. Usos should really retain here. They're the best tag team, top 3 best tag teams today. I don't understand why would you take. I don't understand why you would take the titles off the Usos. I don't think you should. I would keep them on the Usos. What do you think?
Yeah, honestly, and just wait for a tremendous tag team to take the belts off. Someone a tag team,
which may not be anytime soon, honestly.
Yes, a tag team on the Usos level now. It will take a lot of time. It'll take a lot of time, indeed, because
there's not much tag teams on Raw, not much tag teams on SmackDown. Merge the divisions right now. I think that's what they should do. In my opinion.
Unless there's a good tag team on NXT 2.0 and they could really build their way up and be successfully, then
or an NXT,
then have them main roster, then lose the belts to them. See, that's the kind of tag team I would lose the belts to.
We need to build up tag teams.
It needs to be younger, agile, more strength.
It doesn't matter age, but you just need someone at the Usos level. Right now, there is none.
It doesn't matter age, but I mean like agility, strength,
but not
and charisma.
Well, really just like level. Is there any tag teams on the Usos level right now? It's at Archive Bro. No.
And also passion. Great passion is really strong.
But like in terms of like at the Usos type of level, is there anyone at their level right now? Absolutely hell no. Big Boogs and Nakamura are they at the Usos level? No. So Usos should go over here. Should be a good match, but I'm picking Usos to retain here. I think we both got Usos on the board here. Next match on night number 1. We got 2 more matches to go over for night 1. Then we'll move on to night number 2. After night 1. We got 2 more matches to go over for night 1. Then we're going to move on with the same video here
Seth
tonight.
Rollins and New Day?
Yeah, Seth Rollins match and New Day match. We're going to go over the last 2 matches on night 1. Then we're going to move on with the same video onto night 2 predictions for the same video. So next match on night 1, we got the tag team match between the New Day of Xavier Woods, who they dropped the King Woods name and gimmick, by the way. The New Day of Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston versus Sheamus and Ridge Holland with Pete Dunne, who's now on SmackDown by the name of Butch, which I think is stupid. Absolutely fucking stupid. You call up Pete Dunne to SmackDown, right? And you feel the need to change his name to Butch. Do you know how ridiculous that sounds? What is there to need to change of Pete Dunne with calling him up to SmackDown? There is nothing to change.
It honestly sounds like a dog's name.
Yeah, it sounds like a dog's name. Like Butch, like are we going back to the Bushwhackers, like back in the day with Bushwhacker Luke and Butch back in the day? Like what the hell are we doing over here? What the hell are we doing over here? Why can't Pete Dunne beat Pete Dunne? Why? Like, there is nothing to change of that man. Nothing. There's this saying, and Adam Carl would say it too, and I know he's watching in here, and I know he's in the chat too. He would say it too. And there's a saying here, and Adam Carl would say it too. If it's not broken, don't fix it. Don't change what doesn't need to be changed. There is absolutely nothing to change of Pete Dunne. Nothing. I mean, changing Walter to Gunther, still ridiculous, but hell, that is a lot. But hell, that's nowhere near bad. But hell, it's nowhere near bad as Pete Dunne to Butch. Pete Dunne to Butch just sounds absolutely asinine. Absolutely fucking dumb. When they change his name to Butch, I shit all over that on Twitter. To the point where I was on Twitter and I got a hashtag going, hashtag fire Bruce Pritchard during SmackDown that night when I watched that happen. The name change, the Butch. Like, like, and yet some people want to say, oh, give it a chance. There was nothing to change of Pete Dunne. You could have easily had Pete Dunne as Pete Dunne on SmackDown, and it would be much better off.
I mean,
though there's Kevin Dunn on SmackDown, so maybe that's why they changed Pete Dunne's name. But
I mean,
but it's like, who cares if it sounds like the last name? Kevin Dunn's last name is Dunn with Kevin Dunn's name. Pete Dunne's name with his last name is spelled Dunne. Like what? Like what's the difference?
yeah, like honestly, you could have kept the Bruiserweight
or not even that. Like look at the Dunn and the Gunne. What's there to change with Pete Dunne's name? What's there to change? I don't get it. I don't get it with these fucking people. I don't. But again, this is Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard in WWE. It's typical WWE. Typical WWE. And I know I'm not the only one who feels this way. I know Adam feels this way. I know DJ Storm still feels this way. I know I feel this way. I know Anthony feels this way.
Yes,
I know a lot of other people who feel this way. And who feel like Pete Dunne's name, and who feel like that Pete Dunne's name change was absolutely unnecessary. And Pete Dunne's name change was absolutely unnecessary. No need to change his name whatsoever. Again, if it's not broken, don't fix it. That's the truth. But New Day versus Ridge Holland and Sheamus. And Ridge Holland is another guy I want to talk about. Guy who's not ready for SmackDown. Still not ready for SmackDown. They actually had the injury with Big E. He injured his neck a few weeks ago on SmackDown when Ridge Holland gave Big E on the outside of the ring a belly-to-belly suplex right on Big E's neck. And I know it's not Ridge Holland's fault, but he does need to work on himself in the ring. He's a little stiff and reckless. He does need to he does need to be less reckless in there. He does need to do that, in my opinion. I'm just glad Big E's okay. He's going to be out for months. Big E right now with a neck injury, but I know he'll be back, and I'm sure he'll be back. And I'm just glad the man's okay and healthy and still alive, breathing, because that was a pretty serious. How Big E landed, that was pretty nasty, and a serious neck injury at that too. So I'm just glad Big E's okay and he's going to recover. So that's just me. That's just my take on all that. Sheamus I like as well. So with this match, and Pete Dunne's going to be at ringside for Ridge Holland and Sheamus during this match. Who do I think wins? I wouldn't be surprised if the New Day goes over, but I'm going Sheamus and Ridge Holland to win this thing. What do you think?
Yeah, I honestly think Sheamus and Ridge Holland.
Do you think they need this win, honestly?
Yeah,
honestly, looking at Pete Dunne, Ridge Holland, and Sheamus like a UK stable like faction,
it'll definitely
you look at it on SmackDown.
It'll give him a lot of direction, yeah.
You look at you picture a UK heel stable on SmackDown pitting Pete Dunne, Ridge Holland, and Sheamus. You look at it on paper, it could actually work if booked properly. But Pete Dunne changed to Butch. It didn't need Pete Dunne's name did not need to be changed at all. Did not need to be changed at all. And now they got Pete Dunne in Paperboy attire, the suspenders. It looks ridiculous. It looks absolutely ridiculous. Why can't you let Pete Dunne be Pete Dunne? I don't get it. Really don't fucking get it. But I'm going Ridge Holland and Sheamus to win here. What do you think? Or are you going the New Day?
Definitely Sheamus, Ridge Holland, because I think it will really elevate their direction.
I agree, man. I agree. Then the 7th match on night 1. We're going to talk about this right now. Seth Rollins has a match on WrestleMania night 1, but against whom, you ask? There's been a lot of reports and rumors of Cody Rhodes coming to WWE. We all thought in the beginning of all this that Cody Rhodes would re-sign with AEW, that he'd sign a new deal with Tony Khan and AEW. and apparently and shockingly that was not the case at all. I mean, but I will say Cody Rhodes on his way out put over Sammy Guevara big on his way out. So for people who say, "Oh, Cody Rhodes is selfish. He only puts himself over. He buries talent." He put Sammy Guevara over big on his way out. Had good matches with Malachi Black or Aleister Black in AEW over late last year and back in late 2021. But we all thought Cody would stay with AEW, but nope, apparently not the case. I mean, Tony Khan, he could have re-signed Cody Rhodes, but at the end of the day, he chose not to. And look at the guys that AEW's brought in: Keith Lee, Jeff Hardy, Buddy Murphy, Isaiah Scott, Tony Storm, who they brought in this past Wednesday, and I'm sure there's going to be more to come. With a lot of people coming into AEW right now, a lot of the people that have been with AEW since day one, there's a lot of day one AEW contracts coming up this year, and I'm thinking a lot of them are not going to be renewed because of a lot of new people coming into AEW right now. That's my view on that. I was for sure Cody was going to stay, but no, he didn't. He didn't sign a new deal. Apparently, it was over a money issue. Cody wanted to get paid more. He didn't get it, so Cody left. And now Cody Rhodes is in WWE. And the major name from AEW. Well, and Cody Rhodes a major name from AEW as well, jumping ship from AEW to WWE, which I think is a big deal, and I'll explain why in a minute. Cody Rhodes also an executive vice president, EVP from AEW as well. Cody Rhodes, and like Cody Rhodes jumping ship from AEW to WWE. I don't think he's going to be the only one jumping ship. I think there's going to be many to jump ship, not just Cody. And Cody Rhodes to WWE, in my opinion, this is a big deal. It's a big deal in my opinion, and I'll explain why. And Cody Rhodes to WWE, I don't hate it. I really don't. Number one, he's going to get paid very, very handsomely. He's going to get paid very well by Vince McMahon. Number one. Number two, you look at AEW right now, do they really need Cody Rhodes anymore? I don't think they do with them bringing in Keith Lee and Jeff Hardy, Tony Storm and all. And there's going to be more to come. I know there will be. Because of all that, AEW doesn't really need Cody Rhodes anymore to be successful, in my opinion. But truth is, WWE does need Cody Rhodes. Like, the WWE needs something bad. They need an arm shot of adrenaline badly just to wake them right up. They need something bad more than anything right now. Just look at Raw, look at SmackDown, the two shows we've been given. SmackDown's just been god-awful since the draft last year in October, and they've been terrible recently. Raw has been slightly better, but Raw is awful as well. And Cody Rhodes is pretty much WWE bound at this point. So it's like the shows we've been given, even the Road to WrestleMania build has not been good at all. Like, adding Cody Rhodes to WrestleMania, honestly, that makes Mania go from a here to a here. You're making it a little better by adding Cody Rhodes to WrestleMania, in my opinion. And some people are saying now, Cody, and now I'm hearing, and then I heard reports recently that Cody backed out, but Cody Rhodes officially inked a deal and signed with WWE about a few weeks ago. So he's signed. Cody Rhodes is signed to WWE. So it's not a matter of if he shows up, it's a matter of when. And do I think he shows up tomorrow to face Seth Rollins? I do, unless things change somehow, some way. But I think Cody Rhodes is going to show up, and I think he's going to wrestle Seth Rollins, in my view. Anthony, what are your thoughts on this Cody Rhodes situation? What do you think about the Cody Rhodes rumblings, and what do you think of like all this? And do you think we see Cody tomorrow night wrestling Seth Rollins at WrestleMania?
Definitely, we could definitely see him, because He did time in AEW. He really was over, and I believe that now is proper time to bring him back because he done a lot in AEW, and we will love to see his same AEW gimmick in WWE. I think it will go over tremendously in the big way.
Well, I did hear reports a few weeks ago that at least two WWE higher ups said that with Cody Rhodes in WWE, pretty much in WWE at this point, at least two higher ups in WWE currently, it was reported that they said that Cody Rhodes' presentation in WWE should be should be similar to what it was in AEW, like the theme music, the look, the name, everything. And honestly, if Cody Rhodes is in WWE, you change absolutely nothing of him. You change nothing of him, this guy could honestly be the face of your company, even with Cody in his mid-30s, which is not old at all. And Cody tells a great story. He's one of the best in the business. Like the story he tells, you just feel it when Cody just tells a story in that ring. You just feel it, man. You just do. Look at Cody Rhodes and Goldust when they feuded with the Shield going into Battleground 2013, when Cody and Goldust were trying to get their jobs back. And Dusty Rhodes was involved in there too, with Ambrose, Reigns, and Rollins with the Shield in late 2013. That was great. And Rollins and Reigns of the Shield versus Cody and Goldust from Battleground 2013. That was also a match of the year candidate of 2013, I believe, as well. And that match was fucking great. That match was good. And Cody and Goldust, just the story they told, the emotional story, the emotional ride they were doing, just to get the fans and get you to care and to get you invested. You just felt it. You just felt it in here. And it was great. And it turned out to be a damn good match. And it told a great story with Cody and Goldust getting their jobs back at Battleground 2013 before they eventually beat Reigns and Rollins for the tag team titles a few weeks afterwards on Monday Night Raw. It was great. It was really great. So Cody Rhodes, and that's another thing with Cody Rhodes and WWE, why I think it's a good move, like the story he tells, if he's allowed to be given the opportunity. And this is why it's like, also, you change nothing of Cody Rhodes. Absolutely no need to is there a need to change Cody Rhodes at all in WWE? Absolutely fucking not. You change nothing of him. And the theme song to come out to, I don't want to hear Smoke and Mirrors by Jim Johnston. No, this isn't 2012 Cody Rhodes. This is a different Cody Rhodes now. When he left WWE in 2016 because he didn't want to be Stardust anymore. Then he left in 2016. He left the WWE in May 2016. Then he went to the Indies, went to Ring of Honor, went to New Japan, went to AEW. And Cody Rhodes pretty much reinvented himself. And I think with at least some people that go to WWE, or a lot of people that go to WWE, if they're unhappy there and they leave, I say if you're unhappy, you have every right to leave, and it's okay to leave and go be someplace else where you'd be valued, and you just reinvent yourselves. And then eventually when the time is right, you come back. A lot of these guys and girls that leave, a lot of them do come back. I mean, look at like Bret Hart when he left the company in 1997 with the Montreal Screwjob, and he came back in 2010. Look at Ultimate Warrior when he was gone for years, and he came back in 2014 before he sadly passed away, right after he got inducted in the 2014 WWE Hall of Fame, but right before he sadly died. Look at Hulk Hogan when he returned in 2002 and even in 2014. Look at Brock Lesnar when he returned in 2012, which actually tomorrow, April 2nd, is the 10th anniversary that Brock Lesnar returned to WWE in 2012, which is crazy, absolutely insane. So it's like Brock Lesnar when he came back, like Brock Lesnar, he came back in 2012. Chris Jericho when he came back in 2007, even when he comes back after his AEW run is done, Like, look, even Kurt Angle when he came back in 2017, the Hardys when they returned at WrestleMania 33, Rey Mysterio when he returned in 2018, Drew McIntyre when he left, got released in June 2014, went to the Indies, went to Impact, reinvented himself, came back in 2017, and then at WrestleMania 36, Drew McIntyre won the WWE Championship. Like, even the Dudleys when they returned in 2015 and all, like, a lot of these guys, girls that leave the WWE, a lot of them do come back eventually when the time is right, and time heals all wounds. And depending on how unhappy they were, I mean, timing is everything. Like, and depending on how unhappy that person was in WWE, if you're unhappy, just like if you're and it's like for advice for anyone in WWE, if you're not happy, it's okay to leave and go work someplace else where you'll feel appreciated, valued, and you just reinvent yourself. You reinvent your career. You create a new and better version of yourself. And then eventually when you feel like it, when time heals all wounds, when the timing is right, come back eventually if you feel like it. You eventually come back. A lot of these guys and girls that leave the WWE, a lot of them, at the end of the day, eventually, a lot of them do eventually come back. Like, and Cody Rhodes, like, he's been gone for 6 years. And look at what he did in the Indies. Look at what he did in Ring of Honor, New Japan. With him as the American Nightmare, with Cody Rhodes as the IWGP United States Champion. And Cody Rhodes in Ring of Honor, Cody Rhodes in AEW with the TNT Championship and his stuff with Darby Allin and Brian Cage and Will Hobbs and Sammy Guevara. Cody Rhodes stuff with Andrade El Idolo and Malachi Black. Look at his stuff with Pac. Look at Cody's stuff with those guys. Brody Lee, God rest his soul, a.k.a. John Huber, a.k.a. Luke Harper, who sadly died on December 26th of 2020, Luke Harper sadly died, and he went way too soon. He died way too soon, and we all still miss him to this day. Look at Cody's battles in AEW with Brody Lee, with the dog collar match and all for the TNT title in the fall of 2020. Look at that. Look at that match. Like, you can leave, if you're unhappy in WWE, you can leave. You can be gone for a while, depending on how unhappy you were in WWE. You're unhappy, you walk, ask for your release, you leave, go work at another company. You feel a lot more valued and appreciated. You feel a lot more respected. You just reinvent your career and make a name for yourself, reinvent yourself someplace else. And then when the timing is right, you can come back, and you can have the option to come back. Like, and Cody Rhodes just reinvented himself. And now Cody's back in WWE, look from the looks of it. Now, do I trust them to book Cody right? Absolutely not. But I'm hoping to God they do. And they have to. And this is a rare W for them if they get this right. I don't trust them with Cody at all, but hoping and praying to God they do get him right. And this is a big deal with Cody Rhodes from AEW jumping ship to WWE, especially if Cody's treated right in WWE. Like, if Cody Rhodes is treated right in WWE, do you know what that means for a lot of the people who are currently in AEW, who feel like, oh, if you go to WWE, you'll get buried and like your career will die? Like, if Cody Rhodes is treated correctly and properly in WWE, that would open a lot of the people in AEW, that would open a lot of their eyes to think, hey, maybe going to WWE is not so bad, and I may give him a shot and all. And there's a lot of AEW contracts expiring. A lot of the day one AEW contracts when AEW started in 2019, a lot of those contracts are coming up this year. And a lot of those contracts I don't think are going to be renewed. A lot of them are just going to be expired and just let go. I mean, Marco Stunt has a contract coming up. His deal is not going to be re-signed. He's pretty much gone. Same thing with Joey Janela. He's pretty much out the door as well. Brian Cage hasn't been seen in months since last fall. And he's probably out the door too, unless things change. But Cody Rhodes to WWE is a big deal. It's a big deal, especially if he's treated right. It's a big deal if he's treated right. If he's treated right, that's gonna open up a lot of AEW wrestlers' eyes to think, hey, maybe I'll give WWE a shot when my AEW. Maybe I'll give WWE a chance, like when my AEW contract expires, when my AEW deal is up. And Cody Rhodes jumping ship from AEW to WWE, like, he's not going to be the only one to jump ship. I think there's going to be many to jump ship from AEW to WWE. Cody's not going to be the only one. Like Chris Jericho, he has his contract outcome runs out on January 2024. Some people in AEW have that option of the 1 or 2 more year extension option with their AEW contracts. Looks like just Chris Jericho used that 2 more year option. So now Jericho's contract with AEW expires in January 2024. And after that, there's nothing left for Chris Jericho to do in AEW. And I think after that, he's pretty much going to WWE. Hold on, I'm not done yet. Not done yet. But yeah, after January 2024, there's nothing left for Chris Jericho to do in AEW. So after that, I think he's pretty much going back to WWE. Daniel Bryan / Bryan Danielson, he signed a 3-year deal with AEW in July of 2021. His contract runs out with AEW in July of 2024, and I don't see him signing a deal. He's pretty much there for the 3 years to get AEW to where they need to be as a company. And then I think he's going to go back to WWE. Like, you don't think he's coming back? Like, I think he's coming back. Even, like, same thing with the Hardys when the time is right. Even with Jeff Hardy recently, like, eventually they'll come back. Same thing with Big Show and Mark Henry, in my opinion. But Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins, do I think it happens? I think so, and hopefully it does. Hopefully it's not Shane McMahon. But Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins, if it happens, should be good. If it does, Cody should go over. A loss to Cody's not going to hurt Rollins. Rollins is pretty much bulletproof at this point. Anthony, what do you think? Cody and Seth. If it happens, who goes over, Seth or Cody?
Honestly, I go.
If Cody shows up, it makes sense for Cody to go over.
Yeah, definitely. It gives him,
especially if there's
it gives him like an opportunity to make his AEW gimmick more noticeable. They can make it
in WWE.
Yeah, make it speak to the fans. Let the gimmick speak to the fans. Let the gimmick flow through the desires of what the fan wants.
Especially if the reports are indeed true. A week or two ago, that Cody is supposed to get a big push after WrestleMania. Yeah. And he's supposed to be on Raw brand, and he's gonna possibly get a WWE Championship reign, which I hope is the case. Mm-hmm. So I think we both got Cody Rhodes on the board here. So with that, we're gonna move on to night number 2. Right now, the women's tag team title match, Fatal 4-Way for night 2, WrestleMania Sunday, April 3rd. Queen Zelina Vega and Carmella versus Sasha Banks and Naomi versus Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan versus Natalya and Shayna Baszler. Fatal 4-Way match for the women's tag team titles. I don't want to waste too much time on this. Real quick, Anthony, what are your thoughts on this match?
I like to see Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley because I really like that chemistry between those two. I think they work well together, and I could see them becoming your new women's tag team championship.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to go Sasha Banks and Naomi to win because Sasha has yet to win a match at WrestleMania, by the way. She hasn't won a match yet at Mania at all, but I mean, this match, Sasha and Naomi do deserve better, honestly. Same thing with Morgan and Rhea Ripley and Shayna Baszler as well. The women's tag team titles are worthless, just like the 24/7 title. Just burn the 24/7 title, burn the women's tag titles are absolutely fucking useless. Like, even with my glasses broken, they even hold a lot more. They even hold a lot more value than those women's tag team titles. That's how worthless they are. That's how absolutely worthless they are. Do I care who wins this match? No, because honestly, even if whoever wins this match, the titles are still worthless. But I'm gonna go Sasha Banks and Naomi here. My friend Anthony's going with Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley. Moving on to the next match on night 2. Johnny Knoxville, Sami Zayn, anything goes match. What do you think of Johnny Knoxville and Sami Zayn? What do you think of Johnny Knoxville on the WrestleMania card over Ricochet and Finn Balor? And over who else on the cards? Over Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin. Thoughts on that real quick. I don't want to waste too much time on that because I feel like it's like Johnny Knoxville on the card is like just the spot taken blatantly.
You might as well put Sami Zayn over because I hate Johnny Knoxville.
Not really. I hear he's not really into Jackass either, or whatever they call it. I don't even watch it either.
I don't even watch that thing.
I like Sami Zayn and his heel work and his heel character, but I can't care for this match. I just want Sami to win and just move on from this Johnny Knoxville shit. Get Sami Zayn in something more relevant. Who cares about Johnny Knoxville? But I wouldn't be surprised if Knoxville wins. But I mean, if Knoxville surprised a lot of people, okay. But I doubt it. I doubt it very much. So I'm gonna go Sami Zayn to win here. Right here in this match with Johnny Knoxville. We then got Pat McAfee and Austin Theory in a singles match. I want to get your thoughts on this, Anthony, on this Pat McAfee Austin Theory stuff. What do you think of Pat McAfee commentating on SmackDown? What do you think of Austin Theory lately on Monday Night Raw, who Vince McMahon is actually high on? And I actually just read a report not too long ago that Vince McMahon sees Austin Theory as the next John Cena. What do you think on that?
I mean, I can see, Austin Theory seeing good things.
I mean, he almost looks like a prototype John Cena from back in the day in like 2002 when he debuted against Kurt Angle in June 2002 on SmackDown. If you remember, when he confronted Kurt Angle, if you remember, that was great. Mm-hmm. When John Cena said ruthless aggression, and that was a birth of John Cena. That was great. Mm-hmm. That was fucking great.
Yeah, I can see Austin Theory doing great things with WWE. Pat McAfee, amazing commentator. I think those both are really good money,
And Pat McAfee on SmackDown, ever since he arrived on the scene in the SmackDown commentary last year in April, he's made Michael Cole better on SmackDown commentary as well. And ever since Pat McAfee came to SmackDown last April, I've been starting to warm up to Michael Cole since then. Mm-hmm. It's honest to God. Where beforehand Michael Cole was cringe to listen to, but Pat McAfee's almost made him better, in my opinion.
Right.
Austin Theory, we got some time. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, because we get it done.
We get it done. But anyways, don't worry about that. But Austin Theory, good wrestler in his own right. He's young, got a lot of potential. Pat McAfee, who I really like. This match here, who do I think wins? I think Austin Theory should win this. If you're pushing Austin Theory to the moon here, I think Theory should go over. And I think a loss to I think McAfee losing is not going to hurt him. And a lot of people doubted Pat McAfee when he fought Adam Cole from NXT TakeOver 30. Remember that? Mm-hmm. When he fought Adam Cole, a lot of people doubted Pat McAfee that he was not going to wrestle well there, but he shut a lot of people up, including me. He proved me wrong and a lot of people wrong big time. And look at the match he had with Adam Cole at NXT TakeOver 30 in August of 2020. It's a great fucking match. I expect this match to be good as well, hopefully. But I'm picking Austin Theory to go over, and I expect big things for Austin Theory on Raw after WrestleMania 38, hopefully. And then the next match on the card, RK Bro, Street Profits, Alpha Academy, Triple Threat, Raw Tag Team titles, RK Bro defending. I like RK Bro. What do you think about RK Bro and Street Profits and Alpha Academy?
Oh, there we go, RK Bro. I like the chemistry they have.
Of Orton and Riddle?
Yeah.
I mean, it's an oddball pairing. It's a makeshift team, but it just works.
Yeah.
It just works. The charisma of Matt Riddle and Randy Orton, though he works better as a heel, you can tell he's having a lot of fun with his pairing with Matt Riddle, at least since last year.
Yeah, I mean, Randy Orton, we all know he's a veteran in WWE.
And happy birthday to Randy Orton, by the way, April 1st, too. Actually, today, Randy Orton turns 42 today, by the way. So happy birthday to the Viper, the Apex Predator, Randy Orton. So RK Bro, I like. I think their pairing, I've been liking them. Street Profits, they're good in their own right. Alpha Academy, I like, of Otis and Chad Gable. This triple threat match for the Raw Tag Team titles. Who are you going with to win here? I mean, RK Bro just won the titles back on Raw, the Raw Tag Team titles back on Raw a few weeks ago. Do you see RK Bro retaining here, or do you see Alpha Academy win them back but on WrestleMania? But if they do that, I think it'd be foolish because you just took titles out of them about like a month ago. So who do you think goes over here? Who do you think eats the pin? What are your thoughts on this match? I'm actually going to go with RK Bro to win.
Yeah, RKO Bro, definitely to retain. They have so much good chemistry.
I agree. I would agree. I mean, hopefully it's a decent match, though. We've seen this a bunch of times on Raw before we got to Dallas, before WrestleMania weekend. But hopefully it's a decent match. But yeah. But I'm gonna go RK Bro to win, hopefully in a decent match. And then we got Bobby Lashley and Omas. We'll just talk about it like a few seconds. Bobby Lashley to win. Omas has no ceiling. Omas is not must-see. He is awful. Get him off television. Omas sucks. Bobby Lashley, Omas. This is my piss breaker concession stand match. I don't care. Just like Corbin and McIntyre at Mania, I don't care. Lashley to beat Omas, I could care less about that match with Lashley and Omas. I'm sure same thing with Anthony and a lot of other people. Got two more matches to go over. Edge and AJ Styles, which I think this is one of the matches you're looking forward to.
Yeah,
Edge and AJ Styles.
This is gonna be a killer match.
And I don't think this has happened before either.
No.
And this is actually, believe it or not, one of the dream matches a lot of people were thinking about ever since Edge came back to that 2020 Men's Royal Rumble from his injury. And AJ Styles on his own, which is great for AJ Styles, which is the best thing for AJ. And Edge is a heel, what do you think? It's the right move? Do you think Edge is better as a heel right now? Do you think this is the right move to turn him heel with this thing with AJ?
Yeah, I think so. Because, heel Edge was such a classic. It was such a classic feel. It went over with so many fans back in the day. Like, you see him in the Attitude Era as a heel, and man, he looked razor sharp. He looked like he was mine. He was built for it.
Just look at his thing. If you remember his 05 Raw feud with Matt Hardy when Lita actually cheated on Matt Hardy with Edge. If you remember, that actually happened in real life and all. With Lita and Matt Hardy, Edge Saga in 2005.
And also that feud with John Cena when
in 2006 when Edge cashed in his first Money in the Bank on John Cena at New Year's Revolution 2006.
Yeah, and also when Edge attacked John Cena's father.
Like he slapped Cena's father right in the face, and then they did that. I think they also did another thing where with John Cena and Edge. But yeah, they had an underrated great rivalry in 06 over the WWE title on Raw, which I thought was awesome. Even Edge's stuff with Batista and Undertaker on SmackDown in 07 over the World Heavyweight title.
Definitely.
Even that as well. But even they have a new theme song for Edge. I mean, Edge's theme music is with Alter Bridge. His original usual theme is Menteculous. It's on my phone. It's by Alter Bridge. It's Metalingus by Alter Bridge, Edge's usual theme song. But Edge now has a new theme by Alter Bridge. I think it's called The Other Side, if I'm not mistaken. The Other Side by Alter Bridge. Edge's current new heel theme music, which I think fits Edge's heel character currently perfectly. It almost like with the dark lights, almost like an Undertaker. Like it's almost it's great. Like it's a great presence. It just love it. And I also, before we move on to the main event match of night 2, before we wrap up and get out of here, Edge, I heard a report earlier today that there actually is a pitch for an Edge heel stable on Raw, with one of the members possibly being Damian Priest. What do you think of that? As heel stable on Raw with Edge and Damian Priest and somebody else, possibly a Finn Balor. Like, if this pitch goes through and it's accepted, like, imagine what it could do. Like, if this happens, Edge should go for the WWE Championship on Raw for after WrestleMania and give him at least that one more WWE title reign before he retires for good. What do you think?
Yeah, I honestly believe, it will definitely draw a lot of viewers.
Yeah, and honestly, I mean, I like Edge as a babyface, but heel Edge is better. And heel Edge is the best Edge, in my opinion. And Edge and AJ Styles, do you think this could steal a show, or who do you think goes over? Do you think Edge needs this win? Do you think AJ Styles needs this win? Because AJ was paired with Omas for months last year. He broke away from Omas at the end of last year. AJ Styles finally on his own now, which is the best thing for him. Do you think AJ could use a win more here over Edge? And do you see these two feuding after Mania? Or do you think this match with Edge and AJ is a one and done? Especially if the rumors are true that Edge is getting his own heel stable on Monday Night Raw.
Honestly, it could go either way. I could see his view keep going, because this feud just began. It ain't gonna end anytime soon. It ain't gonna end at Mania.
I mean, honestly, here's my view. If the Edge heel stable is official, if it's going to happen, then Edge wins and they continue to feud after Mania. If that's not the case or whatever, or if you have AJ win, then they do the Edge heel stable on the Raw after WrestleMania. They could do that.
Yeah.
So I would actually probably have AJ go over here. I don't think a loss to AJ is going to hurt Edge at all. He's pretty much bulletproof like Seth Rollins at this point. So I think we're going to AJ Styles. What do you think here? Do you think this match is going to steal the show?
Yeah, I mean, it could go either way,
I think I'm going to go AJ Styles here and all.
Yeah, I say it could go either way.
And then we got the main event of night number 2, the winner-take-all unification match with the title match for the Universal title and the WWE title, with WWE Champion Brock Lesnar versus Universal Champion Roman Reigns with Paul Heyman. What are your thoughts on this match? What do you think goes over and such and such? And with this match, they were supposed to have this match for just the Universal title on day 1 on January 1st this year, but the match didn't happen because Roman Reigns tested positive for COVID-19. So they added Brock Lesnar to the WWE title match at day 1, where Lesnar won the title. Then he lost it to Lashley at the Rumble, thanks to Heyman and Reigns screwing Lesnar out of the WWE title at the Rumble. Then later that night, Lesnar won the Rumble, which I thought was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Then Lesnar won the WWE title Elimination Chamber in Saudi Arabia this past February.
Yeah, it was like so easy. Like it was nothing.
And the F5, he did the Austin Theory off the top of the pod.
That was sick. That was
right off the top of the pod.
That was a sick ass move.
Though how he eliminated everyone, how they did it, I didn't like either. But we have this title match. Who do you think goes over? Do you think Roman should lose? And with the title, do you think they end the brand split with this? Are you interested to see what they do with the titles, both world titles? Do we see one world title? Do we still see 2 world titles? Because with Fox and USA Network being both rival companies against each other, apparently there was a Dave Meltzer report about a month ago or a few weeks ago saying that because that even with the unification stipulation with this match, that because of the 2 rival networks with Fox and USA Network, they still want 2 world titles. So what are your thoughts on all that?
I
give your honest opinions on that.
I think, you should definitely, get rid of the brand split.
I mean, there's not enough people right now. They foolishly cut a lot of people last year, which they should not have done. I mean, I don't hate. I mean, honestly, hold on. We're almost done.
I mean, if you combine like 2 brands,
I mean, if you have enough people I don't hate a brand split if done right, but most importantly, if you have, and I don't hate a brand, and I don't hate a brand split. I don't. If you have enough, the truth is, if you have enough people for a brand split, it can work. But if you have less people to work with, like that can't work because like you see the same two people because it's like if you have less of a roster and you have less people to work with, that's going to get very tired very quickly.
Yeah.
And look at SmackDown's roster, pretty weak. I mean, SmackDown's roster needs all the help they can get at this point. Raw doesn't need any more people. They like Raw has more than enough people. They just refuse to use them.
Yeah, they do.
So it's like if you have enough people, on your roster, then it's okay for a brand split with Raw and SmackDown. But right now, there's not enough people right now. They should probably end the brand split right now. And then when you have enough people again, then you can return the brand split. You can always do that. You can always do that.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. But for right now, end the brand split. And then when you have a lot of people again, then it's appropriate to do another. Then it's appropriate to return the brand split. And that's just my opinion on that. So, but who are you going with, Reigns and Lesnar? I think Roman should win. There's no reason for him to lose, and Reigns should not lose at all right now.
Obviously,
as much as I like babyface cowboy Brock Lesnar right now, I don't think he should beat Roman at all.
Obviously, Roman is going to retain.
You think he's going to retain?
Yeah.
I think that's the right move. I think it's honestly the right move. There's no, as much as I like Lesnar right now with his babyface role, he is not that guy whatsoever to beat Roman. I think if he were to beat Roman, I would be not happy. I think Roman winning's the right move, and I'm sure he agrees as well. I'm sure Anthony agrees as well. Do you think we see 2 world titles still after Mania, or do you think we see 1 new world title?
I think 1.
Because if you remember, when Triple H won the 2 world titles from Chris Jericho at WrestleMania 18 in Toronto in 2002, at WrestleMania 18, remember afterwards they combined the 2 world titles and they gave Triple H the 1 world title?
I think so.
Do you think they could do that? And then how later on in 02, Brock Lesnar, when he beat The Rock for the WWE title at SummerSlam 02, then Lesnar went to SmackDown only and he was the WWE champion. Then Triple H was still on Raw. Well, Lesnar was on SmackDown as WWE champion only. Then Triple H was still only on Raw, and Eric Bischoff handed Triple H the World Heavyweight title in September 02 on Raw.
Right.
Do you think we could see that 1 world title for now and then back to 2 world titles? Do you think we could see that because of the rival companies with Fox and USA Network?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, I could probably see that too, given the 2 different networks. But apparently WWE wants to list the networks and not the fans, which I think is stupid. Yeah, fuck Fox and USA Network. What do they know?
Yeah, they don't know WWE like we do.
They don't know anything about wrestling. But I think we both got Roman on the board here. No reason for him to lose. When you have someone at Roman's level, then that's when you can beat Roman. But there's no one at Roman's level right now. No one. As much as I like Brock, he's not the guy to beat Roman at all. So Roman winning is the right move. If Roman loses, it's bad booking. I just hope to God he doesn't lose.
Yeah.
I mean, could you see him lose on Sunday? I fucking hope not.
Mm-hmm.
I fucking hope not. It needs Night 2 WrestleMania needs to end with Roman winning and holding both world titles. That's what needs to happen, bar none. So Roman, we both got on the board, and he should go over on Night 2. And that is that for WrestleMania 38, Night 1 and Night 2 preview predictions video right here on Fiorious Nation, right here on YouTube.com. Follow me on Twitter at FioriNick579. Follow me on Instagram at Nicholas Fiore 2014. And follow me on Facebook at Nicholas Fiore 31 over on my Facebook page. Hit the like on the video. Hit the subscribe button on the video as well if you haven't done so already. And make sure you hit that bell for all notifications as well if you've not done so yet already as well. Anthony, where can we follow you on social media?
Instagram. You can add me on Snapchat. And follow me on TikTok. I'm trying to get 1,000 followers on TikTok so I go live. It's like kind of like a journey I've been doing. I had TikTok for a while now. I had back in 2016 what it used to be called Musical.ly.
Yeah. And any parting words, Anthony, before we wrap up and get the hell out of here?
Yeah, I say
before we go to the bar. I don't know about drinking, but go to the bar. Hopefully, watch some SmackDown in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I think
which I doubt SmackDown will be good tonight.
Yeah, because I think Texas Live will definitely like be like televising the SmackDown because it's part of Fox, you know, and it's a very popular sports channel.
Yeah, I would agree.
And plus, you know, it's WrestleMania weekend here, so they have to put on. There's no choice.
Well, I mean, if thing worst comes worst, we always got backup plans. But thank you guys so much for joining me for the WrestleMania 38 Night 1 and Night 2 preview predictions video right here on YouTube channel, Fiorious Nation. I'm Nick Fiore, creator of Fiorious Nation YouTube channel right here on YouTube.com. Thank you guys so much for joining me and my friend Anthony for preview predictions for WrestleMania 38 Night 1 and Night 2. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Really greatly appreciated with every single one of you guys. And thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch this video, you guys. And thank you guys so much for joining us here with this video. And I will see you next time right here. And the next time you see me here on the YouTube with the Fiorious Nation YouTube channel, WrestleMania 38 Night 1 review tomorrow night, right after WrestleMania Night 1, with me and Matt Doherty reviewing WrestleMania 38 Night 1 tomorrow night, right after WrestleMania. Tomorrow night, right after WrestleMania Night number 1. So look out for that. Should be a good one. And I'm Nick Fiore, Anthony Pagani, my best friend right here. First time on Fiorious Nation. And I'm Nick Fiore. Thank you guys so much for joining. And I will see you tomorrow night with me and Matt Doherty with the review for WrestleMania 38, with the review video for WrestleMania 38 Night number 1. I'm Nick Fiore, Anthony Pagani right here.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you guys so much for joining, and I will see you guys later. Peace.